Hello everyone, welcome to jobskillshare.com. And well, let me start like I always start my video with two things. If you're coming from YouTube, this is a part of a course, Help Desk Support Specialist, and this is a free course that I'm teaching here. Jobskillshare.com is a place where you can share your skills and learn skills and basically do anything for free. Not everything, I mean just learning wise. Alright, so this video that I'm going to be basically showing today is about it's in a Help Desk Support Specialist course. If you go there and then go to course, now if you're a member you should already know this, and you go to learning path. If you go to Help Desk Support Specialist learning path, the course will open up and you go all the way down here on the left side, and today the video is going to be right here: auto backup, quick file recovery, and more. Today, so I'm going to be talking about the real world examples. What do you mean by like quickly backing up things, or quickly restoring files, or basically quickly solving some problems that basically happens on a daily basis. So let's go to the server, and then I'm going to start basically explaining stuff. So now in as a help desk, when you join a company, basically this part will be done for you. So usually what people have is like if it's a big company, let's say JobSkillShare is a company that has 300 employees or 200, and they have a shared group folder where groups department, like for example HR department, let's just add some groups in here so then you guys can. So this is HR, and they have like marketing, just put them, and they got IS, and they will have web. So it depends how many departments they have. So basically they have a group right here that have all these people in there, okay, all this folder. So what happens is all the computers on a network, these folders are mapped to that to these computers. Now this could be either done by group policy, so whenever a new user comes in, they log in and they automatically map to their drive, or you might be you might go there and basically map it for them. So, and then you have another group, is very important group. So some of these group might be like finance, accounting, and stuff like that. But let's say there's a group of CEO or president that you think that this person is really important, that we want to keep his data, or if something happened we need to basically provide it, like if there's a document missing or anything like that, we need to quickly provide it, like so now this video is about problems that can happen, like that user mistake. Usually it happens a lot when there's a lot of groups working in one folder, share folder. So some people might accidentally delete stuff, some people might move some stuff, something bad can happen, somebody could delete it, like they want to delete it, so they will delete it, and then how do you recover it? Or let's say if there is a person working on a document and totally mess it up, and they want to go back to basically a little bit like 2 hours earlier or something like that, then what kind of solutions would you basically come up with? And some of the solutions that I'm going to be providing today is just the level of help desk. We're not talking about enterprise level of backing up things or file versioning or anything like that. It's just that what can you do from your desktop, or from your from in your level, that what can you do that to if you like say you're a one-man IT, if you're working for a small company and you're the only person, and you're the one who let's say somebody lose the documents. Now we know that it will be more like a server administrator need to go back to backups and stuff like that to get the files and everything. But let's say you're the person who is going to be the first point of contact, or you're the person who needs to provide an answers. So this video will basically cover that, and I'm going to show you guys how to basically get documents and save it and quickly provide these solutions or troubleshoot these kind of problems. Now again, this is not a video to show tool here or to say what tool it is. It is for basically to give you guys an idea of how things work in real world, and then you can come up with your own tools. You can learn about the enterprise tools and stuff like that, but this will give you an idea of how things works in a real work area. So we got two folders here, and one is group folder and one is very important group folder. So now let's say, for example, we are going to, this is our server that is running, basically saving these folders and everything. Let's say I am a server engineer or administrator, and I made a backup system. I have a backup system that will back these folders every night at 5 p.m. or after 2 hours. This should be backed up. Okay, so now this client right here on Windows 7, his name is, let's say, Dan. Dan is going to these files right here. Now let's map it first. Okay, we need to map these before we do anything. So this will be done, like I said, this part could be either from group policy, or you might have to do it. But if you're a new help desk joining in a company, this will be already done. So you might just go in there and these steps will be already done for you. So it's Win 2008 or 2. Let's see. I want to see if what share this is, if it's even shared or not. Win 2008 or 2, and you see these are the files that are being shared. So you go there. So I'll just get this right here to map these. This is also if you guys want to learn how to map a shared drive so it looks like a drive. So basically you come here and then you click on organize, layout, click on menu bar right here, click on computer. Here you will see the map drive just like this drive. So click on map drive, and let's say we'll give it a name G, which means group, and I'll paste it right here. Reconnect and log on, which is good, and now it is being mapped. So right now this is how you map a drive. So now Dan is basically a normal user. He goes in here every time he works for HR, let's say, or for HR, yeah. So he goes in there and he basically created a document here. So he created a document. I will just make first document, and then he goes in here, he write his name. Dan is the best. Okay, alright. So now this is a normal process. They work on it, people do a lot. Then this is only one file. Some people have thousands of files in there in groups, and they work on it daily, and there's so many people working in one folder, and there's so much updating going on, moving and editing going on, that could be a challenge. When you go in there, definitely you'll get some calls. I get like every week two to three calls related to documents on map drives, and when they work on it and something happens, some people just miss documents. So alright, so let's go back to the server. Now on the server you have this here, and usually, you know what happened, like, people don't save this on servers. Either there will be a NAS or some kind of like storage system that will be saving this information, but that's on an enterprise. Like I said, that's on a little bit further than help desk. You're not setting up NAS or anything like that. You're just dealing with this stuff right here. So you see the document is right here. It's getting saved. So let's say it's getting saved after 2 hours. You're saving, let's say your backup is will start after 2 hours, and this document will be saved after that. Okay, so we go here now, we go back in here, and he made another document right there. Second document. Okay, so now he made a second document, and after this, let's say after 2 hours went by and this file got saved on your server. Now the policy is that after 2 hours it will be saved again, and then basically it will be the same way. It's gonna either overwrite it or make another copy or whatever. But let's say before that policy kicks in, something happened here. Dan accidentally delete this folder. Okay, now if you go back to server, there is no second file. You get a call as a help desk, and he call help desk and say, hey, I accidentally deleted a file. Is there any way I can recover it? Now, too bad, because the policy says that you can only save after the policy of the server is basically set to 2 hours. Now this will get deleted. What are your ways to get to this file? It's not easy, right? You can't go back to the server to get the file. How you can only get the first file, which was being saved after 2 hours, but you can't get the other one. So this is where you can use these tools that I'm going to share today in a very easy way to basically recover this kind of stuff. Okay, now the tool that I'm talking about is, if you go to your internet, and I'm going to basically show you how to install it and everything. Go to Google, and that is not just for like deleting files. I'm going to show you guys what other calls can you get, and then you can basically troubleshoot it with this tool. There's a lot of things that can happen in a share folder, and these are the troubleshooting help desk people do. And if you have solutions for it, then use it. But if, let's say, there was no solution after 2 hours, it didn't kick in, you'll have to just tell the user that there's no way to get it back. If it was under that policy. And to be honest, if people have it set for a day, like, they will finish up after 5 p.m. Policies will start kicking in and start saving stuff. And if something is really important, then yeah, you will do a little bit more. But that's how it is in the companies. But what I'm saying in my video, I'm kind of providing another way to basically deal with these kind of problems. So let's go. First thing you need to do is type YADIS backup. This is a little tool. It's free, open source. You can use it in a corporate system, or you can use it in many other systems. So let's see why this is blocked. I'm gonna try to get that. Okay, so my web filter is giving me problems, but for you, what you need to do is go to Google, type YADIS backup. Okay, when you click on that, click on the first link, this one right here, and download YADIS backup. It's like a green icon. I'm going to show you guys, and the file is right here. It should say something like this. Save it, and once you open a folder, it should be like this with Y, and then you can double click and run it. Now let's run this application. Click next, I accept, click next, and launch it. It's very quick, and it runs as a service. So if you open your computer, it will basically start running as a service. So you see it says welcome, and you can say click start, and I am the first option. I'm not an expert, only for me, or you can say for all user, but I'll say only for me. Yes, recommended. I'll uncheck this. I don't need to learn more about it. But so this is the application, very small application. Okay, there was a problem with auto update. Yeah, on a server it might not be that good, but it depends. I mean, because I just did a check the auto update, so the reason is giving me a problem because this server is pretty much logged down, so anything on this is basically gonna give you some kind of problems. Update settings, I can uncheck this and I'm not gonna get that error again. So that was the setup right here. Now what we need to do is to basically, what we are gonna do, we are basically going to create a folder that basically will save that files right there. What's gonna happen here is I'm going to put that share in this folder right here under this source section. So when let me just start from the beginning right here. So you go here, the first thing you see is right this, you click on new, and then after that you click on locations and you see source in here. Okay, now the source that I want to basically get is this right here, which is my group folder. And now let me tell you guys, I'm running this on the same server. Now let's say for example your source was on NAS, which is basically the one that you people use, or let's say your source is somebody's computer, your source is somebody's important files, anything like that, that could be your source. Okay, so this application does not have to be installed on the same machine. Or if you want to get like, let's say if somebody is a CEO or president of the company and you want to get his files, it doesn't have to be installed on his machine. So all you need to do is to get the source, and you should have access to it because you're a domain admin, so you should at least get access to that. What you do is you copy that source file. Now most of the cases, if it's like a network machine, it's gonna be like this then. Okay, it should be like this if it was a network. So what you do, you put that source in there, or you can do browse and check it. And now target is important right here, because now you want to basically create another place where you basically going to be saving those files. So let's say this is another place that you have another server somewhere, or a USB or something like that, that saves all the data that basically you want to quickly provide, like restore files or anything like that. So this would be my backup for groups. Now this is not this is not like a professional backing up thing. This is just for you guys to quickly provide these answers. So this is not a very I'm not saying that this is a major backup system, or you need to back up your real files like this. This is just another option right there. So your target should be this folder right here. Now so you choose that target and you say backup or groups. Okay, so now you see this, I got my source, which was my group folder, where it's right here. This is my this is my source, and my target is right here. So now what's gonna happen, you click on save, it says specify the link tab name. So okay, yeah, you give it a name here, backup, and then click next and then save. Do you want to back up all files to the target directory now? So if you this is what I can explain this way. So if you have a lot of files on your source, what you want to do is you want to copy it to USB and then paste it here directly, not using the software. The reason I do this, because if you have a lot of files, then you might want to do it on a USB a bit quicker way, and it doesn't basically, if it sees that those files are already in here, it's not gonna be it's not gonna even take any time. It just looks through it, okay, yeah, these files are already in there, I'm not gonna basically recopy it or anything like that. But if it doesn't see anything, it's the fresh folder that I just created, you click yes and it will start copying those files. And you can see first it looks for backlogged files. It's gonna create those. Other thing, if you don't see anything's happening, just go inside the folder, this file should be there, and then right click on it and say click on validate target, and then click yes. Okay, so you see when I clicked yes, the status changed right here. So let's go back in here and you see HR is in there. Now here's another thing about this software, that it does, if it's an empty folder, it doesn't copy it. It doesn't copy empty folder. It has to be have some kind of file inside in that, basically in that source, to be able to get that backup. So now I'm gonna show you guys right there. If I go back to Windows 7 here, and then a client goes in there, and let's say he create a file here and then save it here, what's gonna happen is that this will get copied over to here, and you see this. Now we have another web folder with a document here. Okay, now let's go back to real world example, the things that I was talking about basically. Now this folder is backed up. Dan worked on it 2 hours ago. It got backed up. Now again, let's go back to the same example. Now I go here and I create a folder. Second, no, actually I created this, but I should this is the one that I example. So first document was backed up, but second document he just started working on it, and something happened, but it got deleted like right away. See that? I deleted it right away, and I deleted mean you cannot recover it then on this machine. You can, but you have to use a lot of tools, or I don't know what you gotta do. But I'm gonna go back to the server again, and it's right here. This is what I was talking about, that if somebody call you that this is what happened, I worked on a document for 30 minutes, it was open, I was working on it, and it was open from a shared drive. It's not on my machine, but something happened, I deleted it accidentally. Then what do? You know, it's not in your backups anymore, and this is how you can quickly provide an answer, like, okay, no problem, I can look for it. You look for it, and you know you have the answer. You just reply back, is this the document you're looking for? And that's a win-win for everybody. I mean, I don't see why people won't use it, because this is the stuff that, these are the kind of calls you get all the time. And people, when we learn something about help desk courses and everything, they never teach this kind of stuff. Like, this is the real stuff here. This is what we deal with every day, and this can give you such a headache when you don't have things, and when you have a user that is very unfriendly and want an answer like why this got deleted. I don't know, I worked on it so much, and stuff like that, you know. And so you have an answer right here, you have a solution right here. Other things that can basically help with this this software can help you with is, let's say for example this person goes in here and work on this document, and basically let's say he opens the same document and he just do all the work here and then save it. Okay, now it's getting saved right here on the server, like, you know, same way, right? But let's say another person goes in there and delete that stuff because of some reasons, maybe bad reasons. They don't like each other, I guess. So now this person went there and they got, now there's two ways, like, yeah, if you have a good backup system, you can always go back to the previous version, which could be either a day older or a few hours older. But again, that's the same thing, you know. You if this person has spent a lot of time on it in the morning, like, you know, 3-4 hours, and then another person come and blow it away, but this person already spent 4 hours, but that is not backed up in the system, then we have a problem. Like, you know, like, is there a way we can retrieve those, because I worked on such important informations and stuff like that. Is there any solution for that? I think there's a solution for that. In the way I did it is, I think I do have a solution for that. So let's say for example, now what you have to do, you have to go back to the server to get that option, to provide the answer for this option. You have to go to the software and double click on this and go to type and select advanced mode. Now you see this file versioning right here. It's up to you how many versions you want to keep. I'll keep 3. I mean, you don't want to keep 3. The reason is like if you have a lot of people doing a lot of document editing, it is gonna keep creating, and then what's gonna happen after 3, it will delete the document. So if you wanna keep 2, you can keep 2, but I'll just keep 3 just for testing purpose. Now what you need to do is let's go back to this folder. Here's the same folder, right? Now I'm a person, I worked on it. This is my original document. So I open this document and I go in there and I then work in the same, let's say I started 9 a.m. and I worked till 11 p.m. and I close this document, I save it, and I see right here, oh, right, so 10 p.m. somebody else do a mistake or like I say, maybe something is wrong. They go in there and they delete this stuff and just put some other stuff in there and then save it. Same document, right? Now Dan, when Dan comes back in a few hours and he look at it like, whoa, what happened here? Where's my work? Right? He's gonna call you guys, helped us, something happened here, I need to get my data back, I was working on it for this many hours, how do I get that back? So as a help desk, I would do is I would go back here and then I go back to my files, and you see now you have 3 documents in there. Okay, the first is the original. You open it, that's the original. Actually no, sorry, that's not the original, that's the last one. That's basically the final one that people save in there. The first one should be the one with the date, that is right here, 3-1. So it should have a little information in there. Now this one should have all the information. Oh, so you were looking for this, so somebody else at the end came in and did this. So see that? You got that document basically to provide it back to the person. This is a cool option in this thing, and this doesn't even, it's not even a big system. You don't even need to configure servers for it, and you can run it from a desktop or anywhere. So you see, my real point is not to teach this tool. My real point is to teach to basically connect the real world problems, and kind of like, tell you guys that these are the kind of solution we deal with, these are the kind of troubleshooting we deal with daily when it comes to documents. Okay, now other problem that could be is basically if someone call you guys that what happens is that most of the time user work on their map drives, like they work on it, and somehow somebody just goes in there and for example, this is the folder right here, web team, and then there's so many folders. You can easily do a mistake, and your mouse basically, like, you're trying to click on something and it just boom, it moves in there, like, oh, where am I gonna find this folder now? Now what happened is the users basically call you guys, and then they don't want to tell you that they did this or something happened. They will say that the folder got deleted from map, somehow the folder is missing now. Now you cannot tell a user that maybe you moved it. That's not the answer you can give to somebody. You'll just have to kind of find out what happened. If it's deleted, you need to find out if it's deleted so you can restore it. Or the first thing you need to do is, did somebody moved it? Just like I did the example right here, I just do this and boom, it went through in there, and it's so quick that it don't even like show that it's copying or anything like that, because it's a move. So now what you do is basically you go back in here, and when I go back here you see my folder is already in there. Now I can come back here, and you will see that that folder is not getting saved in there, because this is how it keeps the structure. So which is a very good thing, because now I don't need to be worried about people moving stuff. Even if they move it, I still have it right here. So that's another good thing. Let me see, let me get some water and I'll come back right in a second. Alright, so what else can you do, and what kind of other problems that you can basically users can run into, and then you'll have to kind of find out. Let's say for example you have a lot of folders on G drive. Again, you have so many folders, and somebody mess up with a file. Now let's say this is let's say marketing department has a lot of files in there, and there's so many folders in here now. And somebody's working in marketing right now, and for example, let's give it a name, MRK. And just like we were working on the other folders, let's say if somebody has same two windows open right now, let's open this. Okay, so yes, this person is working on MRK file, and then for some reason it get moved to HR, and then there's no way to find it, and then you get another call. Hey, I was working on this file, I don't know what happened, it either got deleted, but I can't find it anymore. And they can't they do the mark here. We can do a search over here, but that takes a lot of time. And let's say there's a I'm not talking about just 3 folders in here. When you work in a company, you might have so many folders that it definitely will give you some problems by doing just a search on this searching one right here from Windows. I don't know, for some reason I can't, it's not very friendly, and I wasn't able to find some files or folders that I was looking for, because it could be a folder too. It couldn't be just it can't be just like that folder. Yeah, it can help you with keeping the structure, but then it will not help you with when you go deep in these folders, and there's subfolders and subfolders, and then there are files, and if somebody moves something like that, then you got to do a whole search and kind of find out, and just pray for it that the search will find it, or else you'll take some hours to just kind of find out where it is. So the way I do it is basically I will go ahead and I have this tool that I keep it always with me. It's a Lane Search Pro. Search Pro right there, and you click on that, and that just takes you over there. And then what you do is, it is also free, so you go down, all the way down, and then you click on portable one, or maybe you want the other one. I like the portable one because I want to keep it with me. So I click save. I'm going to click open, and then I'm going to extract all, and right now just check what system are you running, 64-bit, 32-bit. Right click on your PC and it should say 64-bit, so then we're going to use 64-bit, and then you double click on Land Search. Alright, click on Run. Alright, okay, so now I need to search file basically, and then what you do is you go to Edit, go to Options, and you can do a lot of changes here. What you can basically, like, change the dates if you want to search about specific thing. Net search entire network, you can do that, but that will take time, of course. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say only these computers, and then what I'm going to do, computer with specific IP address, you can do that, or you can just add it from here, computer name. Okay, so I'm going to basically put a name of that computer, which is this one. Like I told you guys, this could be your NAS, it could be a different computer, so you just have to find out the name of that computer where the main files are saved. So I'm going to say Win 2008 R2, and I'm going to add it right here, Win 2008 R2, and then I click OK, and this pops in. Just click OK here. Now if I want to search a document, I can search it here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write that mark and start searching, and you see that it came in. It told me even the folder, and also the mark.txt. So now if it was a folder that was moved, I know where it is. I can find it from here, right click on it, open it, and I can go directly to that folder. If it was a document that was moved, I can also find it very quickly here. So see how powerful it is. And it actually, one day somebody called me and they moved a file. They told me that they deleted it, but it got deleted, but I knew that it's just something that a user mistake, that they just moved it. Sometimes you will have problems like your backups will fail or something, and then you have to restore everything. Then users automatically think that they used to have these files in here, now they don't have it, even though they moved it. So these are the things you guys can do with, like, for these are the problems in real world that every week you deal with this kind of problems. So I'm going to stop my video here. I hope you guys learned anything, and I'm sorry for any delay in the video, or if I talked a lot. The reason I talked is because I have to kind of explain it, what we do at work, not just to show a tool. Hey, it's a good tool, cool tool, use it. It's not like that. In this course I am just teaching basically a skill stuff that what we do at work. So hopefully you learned something from it, and I'll join you guys in the next video. Thank you.